We'll do a number of different ones.
Okay.
Oh, are we doing a video?
Yeah,
Oh,
video.
I thought we were doing
You're ready to get
a
your
pose.
stand.
Okay, I'll let you start on the video.
All right. Hi, this is Celina Montoya, your candidate for Texas House District 121, saying thank you for all of you who've already gone out to vote. We have had an incredible turnout, but we still have more work to do. If you've already cast your ballot, ask your family, ask your friends, ask your neighbors to get out and vote. They have until now, until October 30th, in order to vote early, and Election Day is Tuesday, November the 3rd. And if you won't take it from me, take it from someone who knows even more how much this election matters, not just for San Antonio, but for the entire state. Welcome, Beto O'Rourke.
So listen, I came all the way from El Paso, Texas to Bexar County to tell you all how proud I am of you. You're one of the leading counties in the state in voter turnout. You're helping to turn the entire state blue with what you're doing just right here in this county. And if you continue to get out and vote for Celina Montoya, and vote for Democrats up and down the ballot, then it will be Texas on the night of November 3rd that comes through for America, not just at this moment, but for every generation that follows. So we are counting on you. Make sure you vote early through October 30th, or if you're gonna wait till Election Day, Tuesday, November 3rd, make sure you know where to vote, and please vote all the way up and down the ballot, especially for our friend, Celina Montoya.
Thank you so much, Beto. Welcome to San Antonio. Now get out and vote.
Amazing.
That's all.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
I'll let the experts handle it now.
Got a minute? Yeah, absolutely. Happy to. Michelle,
No,
you wanna?
no, go. Thanks. I want you.
Okay, Beto O'Rourke. I help lead a group called Powered by People. I'm here to support Celina Montoya. She's running one of the most courageous state house races in the country, and certainly here in Texas. If she wins, we will likely have a Democratic majority in the state house for the first time in 20 years. That means we can dismantle the voter suppression that we have in Texas, but it also means we can extend health care to more of our fellow Texans. We can support our public school educators and public schools, and we can have a government that is accountable and that we're proud of. And if we have enough voters who turn out in Bexar County for Celina Montoya, we just might elect Joe Biden, the next president of the United States, and do it with the 38 electoral college votes here in Texas.
How important is it to get that achieved?
What's that?
How important is it to get that achieved?
You know, I drove all the way from El Paso, Texas to be here in Bexar County because this county, this state house district is that important. It will literally define what is possible in Texas for the next 10 years. We will redistrict this state in 2021, and we want to make sure that Celina Montoya has a seat at that table. We want to make sure the people of Bexar County and San Antonio have a seat at that table. So this election in this county will decide not just the future of Bexar County, but the future of Texas, and by extension, the future of the country.
Would you say the Get Out to Vote movement has been successful this year?
Check this out. Texas, on the eve of the 2018 election, was 50th in voter turnout. We were dead last. Right now, we are #1 in the country in voter turnout. We went from the last place to the first place in over the course of 2 years. And so much of that was led by the voters here in Bexar County who are excited about candidates like Celina Montoya. But it didn't just happen this year. The Texas Organizing Project, with whom I'm knocking on doors today, have been at this in Bexar County for the last 10 years, helping to turn out and listen to and include those voters, primarily black voters and Latino voters, who very often have not had a voice in our government and our democracy. They have done the real important, necessary work to get us to this point. Now, over the next 7 days, we just have to see it through to the finish.
How do you feel about the fact that when you were running, there was huge rallies and lots of people came out. You could really get a lot of energy going. There's a pandemic going on. You know, there's a few people here, but maybe your other rallies maybe had more. But do you really think people are responding, or are you fighting really a big challenge here in trying to get people out? Obviously, you've got great turnout, but is it going to be enough to really do what you want to accomplish?
Yeah, it's tough to do an apples-to-apples comparison. We're in the midst of the deadliest pandemic that's killed 80,000 of our fellow Texans just this year. And this event today was just to encourage the organizers who are going out there. We didn't advertise it widely to the public, but I think the proof is in the numbers so far. You've seen record turnout across the state of Texas, really encouraging turnout in Bear. I mean, Bear is almost about to eclipse its 2016 turnout numbers, and that itself was a high water mark for the state. So I'm encouraged, but we're not taking anything for granted. And so that's why, I'm here, that's why Celina's here, that's why TOP is here. This county is that important to this country, and so we're all here to help see it through.
What else do you plan? What other stops do you plan? And are you going to, is Biden going to come here?
I don't know if Biden is going to come here. We sure want him to come here. Texas would love it if Joe Biden made this state a priority with his presence. But you know what? I got to tell you that the real work is being done by the people that you see here. The candidates who stepped up, the organizers who are knocking on doors, folks like the Texas Organizing Project who've been doing this work for the last decade. So we would love it if Joe Biden came here, but we're not counting on it and we're not waiting for it. We're doing the work right now, and you see people doing that as they leave to go knock on doors.
Do you have other stops planned?
I'm going to knock on doors today. So no public appearances, just talking to voters in Bexar County, and then we're going to continue to work with TOP in other important districts and counties across the state. Thank you all so much. Appreciate it.
We're knocking on doors. Beto is here with TOP. Michelle Tremillo is the CEO. Beto and Celina Montoya running for State House candidate. There we go. Hi, Morgan.
Thank you for voting.
There you go. Looks like they got a voter.
You got everybody. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for being
Well.
Did you get a voter, Beto?
We caught a voter
right.
as he was trying to get away from us. No, he's on his way to work, and he was one of the homes that the Texas Organizing Project has identified where we have someone who hasn't voted yet, but who could make the difference in Celina Montoya's state house race and all the way up the ballot to Joe Biden. We'll see you. So that's the work that TOP is doing, and that's what we're supporting, and that's pretty encouraging that we had a positive response from him. And I think you moved him from waiting till election day to voting early.
Voting on Friday, vote
Yeah.
early, yes, at your local library.
This is Celina Montoya, who's running for, over here, Kano, who's
Right
running
here.
for state
Hi.
rep here
121 here.
in Bexar County. This is Michelle Tremillo, who's one of the co-founders of the Texas Organizing Project, which is reaching Black and Latino voters in the major counties of Texas to make sure that their voting power is represented in our state government and the amazing candidates that we're supporting. So we're excited to be knocking doors with them today.
All right.
So now we're going
Good.
to 11, which is a Spinal Tap reference.
Was that 3, Beto? Was that one 3 so I can mark it? That was 3.
That was 3 right here. The blue house.
There we go. Look at that.
Look at that.
What's that? So, Beto, we're Jorge Sepúlveda. Again, folks, we are out here knocking on doors with Celina Montoya.
We're 1 and 2. 1 and 2, not bad. 50%.
Nobody home?
Nope, nobody home there.
But we left one of those flyers, right?
We left a top door hanger.
Okay.
Connor, what is our next address?
So we are 43 Longleaf Coral, 43, 46, and 51.
43, 46, and 51.
There you go. Feels a little cold today. There we go. $43, 46, and 51. 43, we have Miss Martinez.
Okay.
One more right there. Go. Kinda cool. So we are out here again for those of you that just joined with top CEO Michelle Tremillo. State House candidate Celina Montoya and Beto are out here knocking on doors, talking to potential voters.
There she goes. 46?
Yes,
Is that this one?
46 is our next one. So to do this safe,
Did she get somebody?
let me go check it out.
Awesome.
So they're hanging the,
Go back to this one. I want to check what they're doing.
okay.
Montoya. The gentleman here.
Looks like somebody might have answered.
Maria Castillo, thank you for watching. Carmen,
There we go.
Connie, thank you for tuning in. And a cute dog. That's jumping on in there.
What happened there?
Got a yes. Celina is making it happen. And Celina, I've placed the door hanger on this one, but I haven't knocked yet. So I'm gonna let you know. So Cynthia, we are placing the door hanger here,
Uh-huh.
and then they can knock on the door.
Oh, okay. Sounds
That way,
good.
there's no contact with no direct contact with the phone.
Sounds good.
No what allowed?
I don't know.
Private property, she's saying.
Huh?
They probably work for the HOA.
Ah.
No, I'm just making it joke.
I take everything at face value.
You know, like when the grass is a little bit taller than it should be, and they up on your nose.
Or your friends come to your house and try to cross the curb and they're like, you can't do that.
Can't have family.
Nobody's home. Okay.
Next is 51.
Yep.
waiting to see if this voter's going to open the door right now.
Okay.
We will do, we'll knock in this neighborhood for a while. We may follow them to another neighborhood, but we wanted to give you all a sense of what the State House candidates and the Texas Organizing Project are doing right now to make sure that we turn out voters ahead of the most important election of our lifetimes. Texas leads the country in voter turnout, but we still have 7 days of voting left to go, including today, and we cannot take anything for granted. And so that's why organizing at this level is so important and why we are supporting it right now. So we're going to sign off for a little while, but we want you all to talk to every single family member, friend, classmate, colleague, neighbor, and stranger, and the folks that you know on social media to make sure that they vote, especially if they live in Texas. This state could help this country come through on the night of November 3rd, but it's not just going to happen on its own. Each one of us needs to take that personal responsibility of bringing everyone in our lives out to the ballot box with us and make sure that we vote in record numbers.
All right. Sounds
bien?
good. Bye-bye.
Real quick, can you say hi to our followers on our top Facebook?
Absolutely.